Welcome to the Garage USA. I'm Jonathan Brinke, and today I'm going to give you a 5-year update on our 2007 Volkswagen Beetle Convertible. Before we get started, if you are a new subscriber or a current subscriber, make sure to either hit the notification bell or go into your settings and turn on notifications. That way you'll know when I release a new video. And now back to the video. Thanks for joining me. It's been just over 5 years since we bought this 2007 Beetle Convertible, and actually it's probably the longest I've ever owned a car, if you don't include the minivan that I had back when the kids were little. So this car has lasted me personally quite a while. So let's go ahead and walk through it, take a look at the car. I'm going to go over some of the things I like and don't like about it. So that first year that we owned the car, I was pretty meticulous in keeping track of all the numbers, repairs, things like that. We put a lot of money taking care of some overdue maintenance and just really fixing everything on it and bringing it up to a vehicle that was both exciting and safe to be on the road with. Again, just a lot of things that we had to do initially. It's been very reliable since then, just doing routine oil changes and replacing the tires. We've had this car all over the place. Lately, I have had to do some repairs outside of normal maintenance. I had to replace a vacuum pump. I had to replace a brake booster. So there were things like that that aren't just regular maintenance, but it has been a really incredibly reliable car. Like I said, we've had this all over the place. We took it on our honeymoon. We took it up to Door County, Wisconsin. We had it out on Washington Island. We've driven this to Chicago, Green Bay, all over the place, all over Wisconsin, Minnesota, whatever. I mean, it's just a reliable car. And it is fun to drive. It does have a manual transmission in it, so it is a little more engaging. I do prefer the manual transmission. And then the car itself, I mean, you got the top down, you stop for gas, you're anywhere out and about, people are like, oh, cool little car, or what a cute car, they'll yell slug bug. It is a car that people just come up and talk to you when you're riding around in it. And it's not too bad. I mean, it's relatively comfortable. I've been in a lot more comfortable vehicles. The door cards, I still have issues with that. I've got the panel needs to be re-glued on that side. Starting to come apart on the driver's side as well. So I'm going to make a video when I get around to replacing those. Back seat, very small. I got some rocks back there. It is a small back seat though. Not something that you're going to haul a lot of passengers, kids maybe, small adults maybe. Again, not real big in the back seat. We used it when we took it on our honeymoon. The original Beetles, they had the engine in the rear. This one, the engine is in the front. So when we went on our honeymoon, it is a small, I think it's like 5 cubic feet in the trunk. It was enough for us to pack our clothes for the week. And then because we were in Door County, we did do the wine tour. And so we bought a lot of wine, and that ended up when we came home from there to Minnesota, we just ended up putting the cases of wine in the back seat. Again, the clothes went in the trunk. So it was fine to travel, even though it is such a small car. Something I don't like is the rust. And that is a very common spot on these, is along the bottom here. We've got a little bit of rust coming through. A little bit of rust starting along the bottom of the door here. Again, it is starting to come up along here as well. So I don't know if I'm going to repair that or not. It is an 18-year-old car now. So the ones, I mean, it is a convertible, so it does sit in storage in the winter. So the ones that you drive year round, they get a lot more rust on them. But this one has survived pretty well. I'm going to go along the passenger side here. Again, a little bit of rust here and a little bit of rust here. So it is just something that's a common issue with these Beetles. Now, it is that time of year where it's time to put the convertibles away. It's going to be winter. This is something that we're not going to be driving. So I'm going to go ahead and get this tucked away. I got to put the top up. Got some fuel stabilizer in it. Then I've got my Pittsburgh vehicle dollies that I got from Harbor Freight. And those are really, really useful. And I do like those. It makes maneuvering this around a whole lot easier for storage. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this up on the dollies so I can get this put away for the winter. I'll also put in a link to the video where I reviewed those dollies, put them together, and moved another car that I had in storage. But I'll link that in the description below. But right now I'm going to go ahead and get the top up and then get this pushed back in the corner. So I do have this tucked away in the corner the best I can. I had to kind of angle it a little bit because the mirror, I don't want to hit the shelf back there or hit the wall with the mirror and have issues with that. So I do have to still put some type of a battery tender or maintainer or something on this. But this is good then to sit for the rest of the winter. I'll pull it out again in the spring. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'd like to thank you for watching The Garage USA. I'm Jonathan Brinke, and I'll see you next time.